Alright, so I'm coming here today, guys. There'll be a few videos made here on me doing the trunk and getting this trunk together in the 64 Riviera. So what I'm doing now, I'm just cleaning this trunk so I can come in and get this trunk fabricated with the amp and the subwoofers, the subwoofer boxes that I built for this car. And he want a picture back here, I think of his dad, if I'm thinking right. And because he's tributing this car to his father, I think. So so I'm just coming in here today. I'm cleaning this out, and then I'll be showing you you know, that cheap weather, well, down sound deadening that I use. So alright, so guys, the stuff I use for my sound deadening, it's ice and water shield. I had my roof done. My two sons, well, son and his best friend, Scotty, they did the roof on the house, and they used the ice and water shield around the outside of the roof up here in Wisconsin. So I had an extra small little piece of the stuff I used in my 96 SS Impala, and I think all I did was the floors in that, where the carpet is, and everything else, for $450, that's all I had enough to do. So I had just that small little piece laying around, and after they was done with the roof, and then I'm cleaning up the garage, that end of that fall, getting ready for my winter season in the garage, and I found that little piece of it was a little ice and water shield left, and I found that piece of sound deadening stuff that, you know, I paid $450 for I don't remember how many feet, but it wasn't that much. Yeah. So I looked, I'm like, this is the same exact stuff. The same exact stuff, guys. So that's what I use now. I bought a big roll, $130, and so far I did Bink's car here, the 64 Riv. Now I'm going to do the trunk. I did some of my 79 Limited, but I still got, there's still plenty left here, guys. So, man, I'm just constantly using this stuff, and if it's good enough to pay $450 for, enough just to do your floors inside the car, I think $120, $130 for the same thickness of stuff, you know, same stuff to me, guys. So I'm gonna come in and lay this stuff in the trunk of this 64. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna come in here now and get ready to put the kind of sound deadening I use in here. When this stuff heat up, it's really gonna lay down, you know, in the summertime, as this stuff heats up in here, it's really gonna lay down, and you know, you're gonna have a hard time getting this stuff back out of here later. Now what I do sometime, guys, is I come in, if it's not trying to stick, could use a heat gun on and heat this up a little bit, but it's gonna be fine. I'll wait for it to get warm, and as it get warm, this stuff is gonna fit where it needs to. So as always, yeah guys, I never went and brought a heat gun. So I got an air dryer. It's gonna work just as good. Just as good, guys. I just want that to lay flat. So guys, all I'm doing is where this curve up at, is that I'm just letting this heat up. All the rest of this, where it's flat at, that'll eventually heat up in the summertime. And you know, a good 80-degree day, that'll heat up and it'll flatten out. But I just want this to all flatten out around in these curves. So I just got the hair dryer, moving it down little by little, letting it flat out in here. And the thing, you ain't gonna see none of this, guys. But also, what this is gonna do is that if there's any condensation in this trunk, this is all this is doing, because this is not really, even the stuff I put in my palette, to me, it's not really a sound deadening. You know, it might take away from a little noise, but what it will do, especially up under your carpet, is that you lay it down right, and you might not be able to see, but on the ends here, it's got, let me come in here. So right in here, guys, this is gonna protect from water, but right in here, every time you lay this down, this is gonna glue to the underside, which is the same tire-like substance, and it's gonna glue and it's gonna stop water from getting in your trunk. Like if, you know, if it's raining one day and you had a trunk open, which he would never do because, you know, he won't have a spare in this car or anything. So hopefully good collector's car insurance and, you know, a good tow truck will get him where we, you know, him or me or my Impala, where we need to go, you know. But it's going to seal off water from getting in here and condensation from reaching the floor of this trunk ever again. So it'll outlast us, guys. Get that cleaned out up in there. Alright, I'm gonna cut this because I gotta climb back up in here and get that laid all the way up, close up on top up there. There going a nutshell, that ice and water. That ice and water. Lays in there nice. It sticks really good. And it's not even heated up yet, so when that heat up, that ice and water shit won't be in the 64 for good. Alright guys, so my next video I'll be probably coming in showing how I'm going to customize this trunk on the 64 Riviera, guys. You like these videos, like, share, subscribe. All input is welcome. Even the negative nannies.